All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Go4GuildWars2 monthly final for November, as we have now found our way to the grand final. And it's going to be Cheese Mode going up against TCG, the civilized gentlemen, not the classy ones, as it's going to be a best of three once again. These two have made it to the final. The winners are going to take away €1,000, whereas the losers will be taking away €300. Not too bad, all the same.
Considerably less, though. I mean, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice for them to take that. TCG really want to take that cash. They want to come back from WTS and be like, yep, we're still the best in EU.
Yeah.
We're still good.
Yeah. And it would be nice to solidify that position after WTS.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. All right. So, actually, I think our players are ready in-game. So we should definitely jump in, make sure that they're not waiting around for too long.
Indeed.
Don't want to annoy the players here in the grand final. And let's have a bit of a run through their builds.
We're going to have a look at What Up Frey first. We're going to call him Frey for the purpose of the stream. He's actually going to be playing a DPS, I'd say a DPS-esque Guardian, because he's not using the Greatsword, he's actually using a hammer instead.
Okay, okay.
And normally the Greatsword build has a lot less virtues because it's actually got some survivability here. He's got the mainly the meditations that are healing him, so some nice DPS traits in here, but also some survivability, things like Indomitable Courage, which if he pops his virtue of Courage, he does gain stability. And it's very virtues focused as well, so he's got survivability, DPS, and he's got CC with that hammer, so he can knock back, he can create a circle which basically no one can come into, and also they have to pop some kind of stability and whatnot as well, and they have to use any other kind of abilities to try and avoid that getting onto caps. And he's such a good decapper. When it happens, he uses that teleport meditation, gets onto node, uses that hammer for knockback, then pretty much pins them down with the Scepter 3 as well. Can keep them off node or use that hammer 5 ability. Very nice build. It's one of my favorites, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Fair play. And interestingly, I was about to say, Jebro, that Sevol is running the same build that we were seeing Rom play through WTS and then actually now into this tournament. So,
indeed.
Is Rom kind of set a trend here with this build?
Rom is one of the trendsetters of Guild Wars 2 as well. Just happens that you've got two on the same side, you know. Kind of helps.
Yeah, true, true.
There is arguments that, it's been played on NA as well, but, I think, Rom's kind of made it almost his build to agree, to be fair. I mean, there's been variations here and there, but Rom's really playing it full out. The only difference here, I'll check Rom in a second as well. So going on to Sevol, like you said, he's actually playing with the battle standard. I'm just going to double check Rom. He's actually still running with Rampage, so there is that difference there as well. Just checking runes-wise, they're pretty much running the similar stuff. So he's running Celestial with Soldiers, and Rom is also running Celestial with Soldiers.
Overall, I mean, I do like Battle Standard. It gives you a bit more sustain overall, being able to pick up your guys, etc. But, I mean, Rampage allows you to get to places quite nicely as well, so
yeah, I mean,
that's all good.
It's kind of sustaining in another way, like that survivability on point with stability.
I get you.
And also with the AoE knockdown, and also you'd like the charge, like you said, and there's a big kick where you can get someone off point.
Yeah, yeah.
Pardon me. And just having a look at Hibify here, just going over to his build. He's actually using a free kit rifle Celestial build. He's not... Hibify really brought over the leg mods trait, which is the second trait into tools, which I'm kind of hovering over, but he's not actually using that. He's opted to go back to alchemy, like most engineers, to give himself a little bit more survivability, and probably more with the protection injection, I suppose, as well, with the invigorating speed, of course, and also that backpack regenerator. He's going to be using the elixir gun, which can be used to obviously cleanse conditions, offer up some healing, and he can use that retreat as a way of going forward, a lot like the Mesmer would do on the staff too. Going over to Drazir.
It's exactly the same build by the looks of it.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Going over to Articuno, who will be playing more than likely Dagger Elementalist, which we have seen consistently this evening, offering up a lot of support, condition removal, building up might stacks, offering up all those combo fields that can gain might, regeneration also, to blast those heals and really get some nice support for his team. Possibly one of the best Dagger Elementalist, in my opinion, my personal opinion, in the game.
Well, I'm very happy to hear this, considering I'm a huge fan of Pokemon, so that's okay by me.
See, I might be too old for Pokemon, so unfortunately, I know that he is. I know that is because because I've interviewed him and whatnot, and I've obviously done this. And first of all, people were like, "Yeah, it's from Pokemon."
Wait a minute, wasn't there a Zapdos in?
He's the same guy.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, I really like this guy now.
He's the same guy.
Same guy. I should have guessed. One team needs to turn up and just have all Pokemon names. That would be amazing. But
I think we've done that before.
Yeah?
I'll have to double check with you guys,
perfect.
but we will see.
All right, I think we're good to go then, right?
Okay, I'm going to ask these guys to ready up, and we will be entering this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be the last time I'm on Forest for today. I'm actually quite sad.
Oh, have you been enjoying yourself?
I have had an absolutely awesome time so far.
So
really
have I, man.
good.
So have I. It's been good fun. By the looks of things, obviously, TCG have pretty much run with exactly the same stuff, which is nice for us. Clears things up pretty quickly.
Oh.
And Helseth obviously still has Moa, so I keep checking.
We have actually had a DC, so we are going to have to restart, unfortunately, just before the game even starts. No one DC'd when the gates did open. It was before. And we've been so lucky this evening.
Up until just now.
we didn't say anything to make that happen, so it's absolutely fine. Sometimes we do a bit of... We would have a dropout. We would maybe have like a bit of an AFK if someone DCs later in the game, but right at the start of the game, it's necessary to do a restart. And with the amount of money that's coming into this as well, it's important that the game is played 5v5 from the start.
Yes, very true. You don't want to have some weird situation where someone randomly gets an advantage.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
We're just rotating through the maps at the moment, guys, which is normally what we would do if we would actually just have to rotate through all the maps, get back to the beginning, get everyone back in the game. It actually gives them a good opportunity for them to come back into the game from their DC as well. So by the time that's happened, we can actually probably just start.
All right.
And we'll be all good.
Cool.
So, what do we reckon? Who are you backing as a fan?
As a fan.
I know it's a bit different for you because you know you've come into it later, but you've read up on these teams, you've got the research down, you know the past of these teams and stuff to a degree. And as more recently, who would you, as a fan, who do you prefer? I'm interested in that question. So actually,
because I'm slightly strange. And
confirmed, Kaelaris slightly strange.
From an outside view, as I come into Guild Wars 2, and this is basically my first day of casting Guild Wars 2 ever, so I hope I'm doing you guys okay. I hope I'm doing
You're doing a fantastic job, believe me.
Because TCG are like big fan favorites going over to WTS, etc. I'm going to go against them. And
he is.
I'm instantly alienating everyone out there.
Wow, okay.
I'll go for cheese mode if they're in the situation where they don't have maybe as many people behind them as the civilized gentleman. Because an Englishman likes a good underdog.
Yes,
that's true.
Normally that's the way I go.
Yeah, you see?
We both like a good underdog, apparently. I think I would actually like to see Cheese Mode win.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with TCG just because I feel that it would be nice for them to win after going out in WTS. And I'm not sure. I don't think they
after
need
only bringing 15,000 home.
Yeah, they only
would
won
it be nice to give them more money?
Come on, Kaelaris. What would you prefer? I mean, at least they could bring out another K.
I mean, yeah, sure.
And they can maybe catch up that way.
Yeah, they could.
I mean, we'll have to see.
But for Articuno alone, it's time for cheese mode to pull it out. Go Articuno.
Go Articuno.
Yeah,
oh no, I can't believe I've never said that. Do you mind if I steal it? Is that okay?
I mean, you can
Does that
if you
make
want.
things awkward?
I choose you, Articuno. Would probably be the best one to go for.
Okay.
But if he was Zapdos before, he actually changed from one of the best Pokemon, because Zapdos and Jolteon are definitively the best Pokemon, because they're just really spiky and cool.
Okay.
So he changed his name to a less cool Pokemon, which is fine. It's still a Pokemon, but I'll give him that.
Talk to him about that.
Yeah, I'll do it at some point. And they'll be like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm no one. It's fine. Never mind. All right. They actually got into this game super fast.
They really did.
All right, well, we're in game number 1 from the grand finals here. Cheese Mode versus the Civilized Gentleman. Take it away, Jebro.
Indeed, we have Draze going for that close point of the red team at the moment. What a phrase. Actually looking for a potential cross here as we do see Sizer is going to maybe think about going towards the mine. That's not going to be good because he's going to be forced into a 3v1 situation, although that does give TCG an advantage over on the mid.
Yeah, and actually he turned back there, realizing that he probably wasn't going to be able to get too much done with almost 3 people closing in him, or at least 2 people closing on him, and 1 on the point as well. So it would have been a bit difficult. Now on keep here, trying to push away Cheese Mode. And, well, for now, they're not doing too bad, although Sable went down very, very fast during all of this.
Yeah, that escalated very quickly.
Yeah.
With Helseth free casting up the top as well, there's nothing really to stop him from doing his maximum amount of damage. And we've seen Heatbify have getting really on the back of Sizer as well. Sizer's going to be an important target to try and pin down and make sure that they're aware of around the map. Now he's going to go again, doing that classic movement over towards the mine. But the thing is, they did just kill Sable. And if the communication's there, they'll be aware of that. And he'll be able to come across and stop Sizer from doing that. That is indeed come into play.
Yeah, he was already in a good spot. Did push that off. And so that's a really good situation, at least for him, considering how he died and then had to respawn at just the right time in the end. But all in all, nothing being capped really at mid yet, as they're both teams really fighting over keep. Sizer is still looking for some kind of opportunity somewhere. He's actually going to come back up to keep likewise and put a little bit of pressure onto Frey here.
Yeah, just having a look at Frey's perspective, as you said. Now that support comes in nicely from Draze there, just offering up some nice condition removal with that turret. Just Heatbify, they're actually doing quite a nice job here, Cheese Mode, just rallying around, defending, and making sure that Sizer's just shut down, not able to go for that back point attack, of Cheese Mode, and doing a nice job. But I think TCG are doing exactly the same, you know, Texby and Ron pulling back towards the henge, not able to get that decap, Frey, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little bit difficult. Sizer was taking a lot of damage up here. He had to pop SR and try and dodge a lot of that. And then once again, Sable taking a lot of damage himself, with Sizer right on top of him, forces him down into the down state. And then there's a lot of poison and damage actually being pushed onto him as well. So he's going to be very, very careful here.
That was such a great move from Sizer. He got the down, but then he jumps onto Frey below. He didn't even finish. He finished him, jumps onto Frey, so he wasn't going to be able to come back and get that,
nice
res. And it was a nice... And now he's going for the decap.
Oh, Helseth ended up falling up keep as well. But as you said, the decap is on the way. Drezer even is trying to get back on top of him. And he... Did he get the decap? He did get it. So that's nice.
He has got the decap indeed, which is going to pull TCG even, well, not very far ahead. The fight, really, the map's not a calm down again, and the mid-cap's not really happened. Are they going to engage? No, they didn't have the 1v1 over there. So just slowly but surely, you know, getting the decaps gives you a nice tiny little buffer. It's 20 points or so under that now, so it's not a massive deal. But, you know, over time it matters. If you can get like 8 or 10 decaps, you know, that's going to be significant. Sizer's actually gone down over the mid. We're going to see maybe potential res happening over here. So just jumped into the wrong character there. Unfortunately, Sizer has gone down. He will be out of this fight. Good sustain for him. Cheese Mode over here. They need to make sure that Heatbify isn't going to overextend. Feels like he really has. Going into the down state, Wildfrey's going to pop that 5 on the block from the focus there, and they're going to be able to get Heatbify up. And a really good job. Heatbify needs to probably get back towards the rest of his team to get some support. Although we are going to see What Up Frey just jumping onto, I believe, sorry, did just miss that actually. Who that was? I think that was Helseth jumping back onto the node there. But going to be okay. This fight's still alive over here, and we have actually seen a decap coming out from Draze over on the henge. Yeah,
he was trying for a while with that. He was up against Texby for a little while, and unfortunately actually falls down during all of this with reinforcement from Sizer, etc., to be able to push him out. So he's going to probably end up falling during all of this. Although, that being said, Frey was able to reinforce and try and help out, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
No, and unfortunately in that build as well, he's got some survivability, but he's not got enough to really keep him in, you know, with Sizer and Texby there. It's not going to be an option.
Look at all the damage that's actually being put out on keep, though. I mean, everyone over here was so low. They're not dying off for the most part, but at least Cheese Mode was able to apply a lot of pressure to them, although Civil might have gone a little bit too far there. He's in more. He really needs to get out of there, but they're going to end up forcing him into the downstate, and Rom's probably going to end up picking this up.
Got to wonder who TCG's focus target is, really, haven't you? Yeah. Sable going down, I believe, for the 3rd time, actually, over on the mid. Maybe need to try and think about either rallying around him or at least trying to use him in a different way, because they've really got his number at the moment, and the support isn't coming out for him as it probably should be. I would say that's not really the player's fault. It's probably more of a team thing. They just need to be aware of who that focus target is because it's kind of obvious at the moment. Sizer very close to going down over on the Henge. He's going to be okay just backing out of there as we have seen the advance coming out from Dreze over on the Henge. No decap though, and we're still 9 points behind. Not really any kind of a significant lead at the moment, and it's kind of a slow game.
Yeah, and I like how TCG are really kind of focusing on Sable actually, because if you're able to deny a lot of that Condi clear, then, I mean, later on, everyone else is going to be taking a lot of damage, speaking of damage. Frey ends up falling, and this is going to really, really hurt. How are they actually going to be able to get him up? I don't think it's going to happen at all, but they do in the end.
War Banner comes up.
Oh, well, that's one way of getting him up, my friend.
He's back down.
Oh, no.
Up, down. It's a bit like yo-yo play over here.
Yeah.
What's going down? Because the cleave came out onto Sizer, which was a sensible decision from those guys there to make sure that they got Frey back up in the end. So now they can push. They've got the 2 cap. Maybe they will be defensive, but I think they should take advantage of it and maybe potentially go for a bit of a decap over there because Rom is actually in the down state as well.
Yeah.
That's really going to be a good thing for them to try and do.
And overall, that might have been a huge overcommitment there by TCG to try and focus all of that on Frey as they did because they lost so many people during that themselves.
Yeah.
Very, very tunnel vision there by TCG to try and get down Frey when everyone else on cheese mode was absolutely obliterating TCG.
Yeah, I mean, it just cost them that mid cap at the moment, and unfortunately, you know, it's always good to regroup. Regrouping is good.
Yeah.
We actually, a couple of casters sometimes disagree and agree, but you know, if the regroup takes too long, you know, it can really pull the game at Chris. Too far ahead.
There was a little attempt here by Hibify to try and decap over at Henge, but Rom once again respawns at the right time to be able to shut that all down. And Keep is still under battle. Seville goes down again here into the down state, and they're going to pick him up. Well, kill him off at least during all of this. And Articuno very, very low. So this is really difficult for Cheese Mode to keep alive Seville. And unfortunately for him, again, condition clear ends up going down the window with that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they're really suffering from not really having 2 elementalists. The survivability is decreased significantly. And now with this decap over on the far as well, over on the mine from Sizer, so using that, bouncing off that mid fight, getting some kills there, and then getting that decap is significantly going to bring them back into this game. They weren't really out of it, but you know, in terms of points, they were almost like 80 or so behind.
Yeah.
They're going to pick up mid. We've got the mid side cap from the mine over for cheese mode, and we're going to see this fight over on the Henge. So we're going to see the whole of that team fight migrate over to this node.
Yeah, big trades there overall across the entire map, and as you say, Henge going to become the point of contention now with Teish taking quite a bit of damage during all of that, but they're not really focusing down a whole lot. Hibify also taking quite a bit. Wants to run back onto the point, trying to do a little bit of line of sight here. Is being really focused down by a lot of damage, but are they going to be able to take him out with the line of sight dancing here from Hibify?
There's no... He shouldn't have run back into
no.
I'm not sure that was the best idea, but look at that. Oh, what a beast.
Somehow gets down.
He just beasted. He's going to die now, unfortunately, but...
It was just a matter of time. But Texby also ends up falling as well over at Keep. So right now, well, Sizer and Lord Helseth were trying to save any kind of stability over at Henge. They went low but didn't end up dying. Hibify went fell, as did Texby. So a 1-for-1 trade at both of these points.
I don't know if you can hear me chuckling there, but Sizer got another decap.
Oh, did he really? Oh, no, I wasn't following Sizer.
But the thing is, like, it's not like you said it exactly where they did trade points. This is what they're doing. Constant trading of the nodes, always a point in contention. There's only been a 2 cap for cheese mode for the space of about 30 seconds. It's not even like, it's not enough for them to really pull out a massive lead, but it's enough at the moment that if this game gets really tight towards the end.
Sizer just plummeted and ends up going into downstate. They're trying to save him and they're very, very close. But yeah, in the end, they do actually get him up during all of that. But they did take a lot of damage, so they have to be very, very careful to TCG, because Tej and Rom were under a lot of pressure whilst getting that res.
And then Sizer just jumps right into mid, and there's 2 of them there.
Yeah,
you know, there's 2 of them bang on the point, and they're 2v1 currently versus Seville of all people at the moment. So you know he's going to be good. He's going to be out of this fight quite soon unless he gets some support. What up, Frey's coming back, but he's DPS. He can offer up some support, but as soon as Seville comes down, Frey's not going to be able to get the res very easily unless he can lock down Texby. Not going to happen because he's in LXRS, so guaranteed down. At least Frey can stay on node for a point, but you know, Cheese Mode are going to lose this node in the end.
Yeah, Drezzer and What Up Frey really have to stay alive during all of this, because if they lose 3 people during this position, obviously Sable now back up, but Frey and Drezzer are going very, very low on their respective points. And Frey was able to get out, but in the end, I mean, the TCG are going to be able to recover mid, and the fight is going to migrate over to where we are.
Over to mine.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got the solid 2-cap now. This is not a good time for this to happen for Cheese Mode. They need to focus on the other points. Now, Henge has been open for a considerable amount of time, and this over here on the mine is what I like to call pigeonhole and Kaelaris. It happens a lot sometimes, and unfortunately, Cheese Mode they're moving out now. They need to move out of the node into the map to make sure that they can just don't fall for it, because it really is something that happens sometimes in Guild Wars 2 SPVP.
I mean, you brought it up. Henge was open for a long time. Drezzer Hips was trying to go over there himself, but Sizer was laying in ambush waiting for someone to even head over there, because they knew of how potentially contested it could be, considering everyone was at mine and a few people at keep. So he tried to get over there, and actually has got the decap. Wow.
Yeah, Sizer can't really stay on node too much with that damage that he brings on node, but actually Drezzer he was able to get a lot of burst Condi down onto Sizer, and I'm kind of surprised this was going to dodgy camera angle on that side of the map, but I'm kind of surprised that he was able to take him down so quickly. I'm just having a look at the mid to see what's going on over here. We've got full point congestion. There's only 20 points in it. If the game stays as it is at the moment, a boss kill, again, like we saw in the last couple of games we've been on this map, you know, can be brought in with a boss kill. And now 55 bringing it, Cheese Mode bringing it back with that cap over on the Henge is significant. They can bring back that 20 points. It's going to be very even. The points are they're just tipping into different sides the whole time in this game.
Yeah, Rom and Articuno have been going at it for mine for a long, long time. Both of them just keeping themselves alive and doing well there, and at the same time, it's really about keep. Who is going to be able to take keep? If this fight turns into one of the team's favors, then that could spell doom.
See, in this situation, I would actually say that, you know, Cheese Mode haven't got the support over on that midpoint. But at the moment, you know, it's not mattering too much. Unfortunately, Helsef has been able to come back through the portal, and now it's a 3v1, 4v1 situation over on that node. Cheese Mode, Seville go in the wrong position, and it's almost as if they knew that was going to happen, you know. The foresight there came out. They're able to take Seville down. Hibify's going to have to stay on node versus Texby and Helsef and Sizer, and Cheese Mode is separated across the map. They're aware that Sizer's going for those permanent decaps, so we've seen Drezzy really guarding back on that node, but he's going to actually go for a cheeky chieftain kill over on the on that side of the map. But look at Sizer. He's in a great position to steal, so he's not actually going to go for that in the end.
Yeah, Drezzer Hips going to have to defend Henge here against Sizer, as he will go right onto him. Hibify during all of this, though, is just about to respawn and get back into the fight. Really needs to get on a point quickly. They need every man they can. Again, so close in terms of points. Only 2 minutes left during all of this. So if there's more decaps, and if extra points get decapped, then we could get to a really, really tense situation once again.
Yeah, time, boss kills, almost to 500. There's a lot, and now it's all about the pressure of winning the money. You know, there's the added pressure of winning that cash, and it's like, what are we going to do? Are we going to be offensive? Or are we going to hold back? Are we going to just see what happens towards the end of the game? Because we're only 14 points behind. A boss kill can really bring it back.
Where's Helseth actually going? Is he on off to the Chieftain?
No, I think he thought about pulling him. He did go for a bit of an engage, but he did actually go towards the back there. They're actually being a bit more defensive now. The problem is now Tage is actually in the best place because Rom comes in, thank God. So they can actually bring this into a 2v2 situation. But we are going to see Hibify moving off. Articuno can definitely hold this against 2 players, but as Hibify moves off, Tage moves back as well. And we are going to see only a lead of 14 points at the moment, and this is feeling like it's going to end on a boss kill. 55 seconds to go.
They're already on top of Chieftain here, as Drezzer's actually found them up at this top location. So if they could get a few extra points here for TCG, that'd be nice. They really need to catch up because it's only 1 point. They're never going to catch up with it.
Oh, he brought down the supply crate.
Oh!
Cheese Mode get the kill.
Oh, wow.
That supply crate has literally won it from Hibify's point of view. That has pushed them 25 points ahead. We've still got 30 seconds. There's only 1 cap at the moment.
They're up at 70
as well.
they're
on the other boss kill.
Oh,
yes.
they're going to get it. Oh!
Oh, Cheese Mode! Cheeky 2 boss kill.
Wow. Well,
Immense.
how do we keep getting these games? This is
Got both the boss kills as well. Look at that teamwork.
brilliant. Brilliant stuff.
And
Well-
all the players are GG in that.
Yeah.
Because
Too
it's
true.
Definitely a GG.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
that
That
was
was something else. That was something else. Once again, another great game. They keep coming. They keep coming.
really, they really do. And that was fantastic. Like 2 boss kills to bring it back how they did. It's just immense, you know. They were behind not by much, and it really upset TCG. And I bet at the moment they're kind of just a little mini kicking themselves, but you know, it's like last hit kind of moment. You know, we're going to get the last hit on the boss, and it's almost a bit of luck as well.
Yeah. Again, for anybody tuning in who may not be as familiar with Guild Wars 2, the bosses at that point give 25 points each. So
Indeed.
it's quite a chunk when you're at that point where you're around 450 mark, etc., pushing for that victory. So those cheese mode to be able to take those, and also its last hit applies. So if you get the last hit, then your team is actually going to get that 25 points. Just want to fill people in just in case.
No, it's important information because it's affected to at least 2 of our games.
It's do or die.
tonight, you know?
It's basically do or die at that
It
point.
is. We're getting to that point, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's like, and this could be it. This could be the last game.
This could be. Cheese mode looking... Actually, I want to say both teams looked good in that first game because it was really down to the wire
tight,
again.
Yeah.
I mean, there was plenty of situations where all of the nodes were being very, very heavily contested. We got down to I don't even know how much time we had left on the clock. Do you recall?
45 seconds-ish.
Because so it was really, really quite
Yeah,
prolonged
yeah,
there
yeah.
overall. But anyway, I think we can get actually into game 2 now.
We can. I'm going to ask the guys to ready up, and we shall begin as soon as possible. They're all, I've got to say, really doing good on the ready ups this evening. I believe the chat's going quite nicely as well. So well done to viewers and players alike.
I'm okay with that, man. That's pretty sick.
It is pretty good.
All right, so we are back now on to game number 2. And Cheese Mode lead 1-0. The winner takes away €1,000, split amongst 5. That's €200 for you math fanatics out there each.
Math fanatics.
Truly the most difficult of additional skills or division skills that we've seen on
Maybe
TV.
for me.
All right.
Excellent. We are just waiting for these guys to ready up. They're very close. This could be the final game of the Go4GuildWars2 Cup finals of November. Still rolling on with those Go4 Cups, obviously, on a weekly basis on a Sunday on the Guild Wars 2 Twitch channel, of course.
Yep.
Referring people.
And then in the next couple of months, the next 2 months, I shall definitely be joining you once again to be doing more Guild Wars monthly finals. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've already had a lot of fun today. And hopefully I get a lot of time between now and then to actually play more games than I have previously because I've been with all my other projects and things like that.
We shall team queue.
Yes, it shall be glorious.
Okay, we are ready to go. 5 seconds left in potentially what could be the last game of this finals. Can Cheese Mode take the second game and win in this final? Having a look at the splits now, we are going to see 4-player push out of that north gate. We're going to see What Up Frey going for that back, going for their Ho node over on the quarry. Drazi coming in from the south side onto the mid with Blackjack going onto that midpoint. Sorry, Articuno. We're going to see 2 split from CM actually, but looks like TCG are just preempting that quite well with that stealth initiate.
Yeah, they were able to deal with Waterfall pretty heavily there. And for now, other than that, I think, you know, Cheese Mode, with the extra cap down there, as long as they don't lose several, which they may end up doing. His corpse has truly been MVP of this game right now.
I feel sorry for him. His corpse has been MVP. I'm not sure I've ever heard that in a cast,
well,
ever.
Hey,
but
they
I'm
won,
loving
man,
it.
somehow, some way.
But he's okay. He's on half HP.
Not
But
dead
the
yet.
thing is, it's literally because TCG, they're focusing the right target. They know who to focus. That's important. And it's not at all how he's playing. They're just really taking him out, pinning him down, and he's not able to do a lot. But now he's actually surviving quite well. Significant amount of might stacks as well, so he's going to be able to do some nice damage soon. And the team are rallying around him. This is something we needed to see in the last game a lot more, and they're doing it more. They're keeping him up.
Rom actually got put in the downstate pretty fast in mid, and likewise Lord Hellseth
Yeah.
is also, wow, with this Cheese Mode have had super strong control of midpoint.
Nice.
2 people in down already. And even SR wasn't enough to save anybody there.
And this is the thing with Cheese Mode's comp as well. It really, really is nice on this map.
Texby's gone down as well.
Yeah, this is a good map for them.
Sizer, don't you dare die. don't you dare at this point.
Please don't die. If Cheese Mode pick up another cap over on the waterfall, this game is probably over.
Yeah, like actually.
I know it's way too early in the game to say that, but 4 minutes in, free cap, it's tough to come back on.
Yeah.
But we do still have a Lord kill. There is other things that can bring TCG back. If any team can do it, coming back on this game, it is definitely them. But it's a very slow one. Legacy of the Fofire has become like, we've been getting a lot more Lord kills. But if they can actually pull back into this game, I hope maybe they can do it over on the waterfall.
Hibify's got to be a little bit careful there. Really wants to get out of combat, but you're right. I mean, this triple, there's potentially will end up falling down, but 100-point lead almost. Even with Hibify dying at this point, overall, TCG have had a slow start to their game and really need to make it back up, and they might get even more of that with the corpse of Sable. Oh, no, he's not dead yet.
We are actually going to see Texby going for that decap over on the quarry. Now, Drezzy has to make a decision here. Does he go for that decap, or does Texby possibly get that decap, run past him, go to mid, get that decap there, but because he didn't get the quarry, he wasn't able to do that. Now Drezzy has to stay on no to get the full cap. Texby can go to mid if he wants to maybe get that decap, but he's not going to be able to because he's going to catch him up and it's not going to give him a mount or anything. So that fight's going to happen, and I think it might take a while here actually over at the moment. We are going to see the waterfall fall into the hands of TCG, coming back in now, 150 points to 17 for TCG.
Yeah, and Cheese Mod, I can't help but feel kind of gave them that position a little bit. Of course, they wanted to contest it and deny TCG from getting a few points from it, but they gave them almost 3 down over there. So that wasn't the most amazing of trades for Cheese Mode, but they have such a cushion, in those points that they should be okay for quite a long time here, unless Drezzy Hips is going to end up falling over at the mine. He is trapped there and will fall.
But we can see what Upfrey coming in with that Focus 5, which is going to block a lot of damage, but he knows that he's coming in from behind so close. It's so tight. We're going to see there, was that Hibify dropping that supply crate? Hibify clutch with these supply crates, really saving his team. And really, that's what got them that boss kill over on the first map. And again, saving the day, dropping that supply crate at the right time to bring up a fellow team member to keep this fight alive over on the quarry.
A lot of damage went down onto Tage. He's going to get out of there overall. And with that, I mean, still 2 points here, one of which is being contested the graveyard just a little bit by Rom, and also Sizer trying to get down on top of Articuno, but Mr. Articuno, he's not having any of it. He's teleporting left and right. This is a big point, so he has a lot of room to maneuver around with.
Yeah, if they can take out Articuno as well, which is exactly what they have just done, that's going to be a big move for them, and they can really try and control this mid-cap, get the 2-cap, and really come back into the game. And if they can attack that third node maybe as well, get a concession, they can come back fully, and they've been able to take him out. Whether or not they take advantage of it, look at Sizer again, jump straight onto the top, making sure, have they got anyone there? And I think he's going to keep scouting that, and he's going to go for that decap at some point. I'm still on him. I'm watching him.
Still on him.
I know it's going to happen. It's happening right now.
Yeah, he's going down there. Texby actually ended up falling down near the mines, but during all of that, it's fine if they're able to get this cap. At the same time, Drezzy Hips was trying to get the decap over here at Waterfall and does get it as well. So considering that Sizer did get the decap over on the other side, trade for trade, blow for blow, I'm not too bothered by that for Cheese Mode.
And it's been it happened so much on the first map the whole time. But you know, that significant lead that Cheese Mode have, unfortunately, it's not the same as the first map. And we've got the double. We've still got the cap for Cheese Mode. TCG aren't picking up any points.
Hibify actually got mowed during all of this and is just having to run around tragically. And unfortunately for him, can't provide any help to who ended up falling down during that. Nice res though on him. Tage still looking to dish out a lot of damage, but overall, Frey needs to get out of there as well. There's a lot of good focus fire by TCG, but they're still taking a lot of damage themselves.
And as we keep going on, you know, they need to make a move. They need to bring it back because they're losing caps even more as we speak. Almost over 200 points now behind. This is a hard game to come back in. And not only are they 200 points behind, we are almost halfway into this game.
Yeah, Freyro's really been hit hard, still kept alive. Very nice. Drezzy Hips is going to end up falling, though, into downstate over by Waterfall. Yeah, it is Waterfall. And he is gone. So Rom was able to recover that point at least during all of that.
Mid-decap there as well, actually, by Sizer.
A mid-decap? Jeez. Sizer, man.
He's not going to be... Yeah. Sizer, the cheeky man that he is indeed. But he's not going to be able to take Articuno down in a very quick, in a very short amount of time, to be fair. But at least TCG, they do have that cap over there. But unfortunately, Helsev has gone down off node over on the quarry, and he's going to be cleaved out as well, I do believe. So this fight is still very much alive, even though TCG can start to come back into this game now. Maybe they can bring it back. They need to get someone on point. Tange is standing there, needs to get on node if possible. Sizer's the one who gets on though. Texby has gone into the downstate on the side of the point. Tage is going to go for the res, which means no one's solid on point, which means they can get some caps. He's going to get back up, and maybe they can keep this 2v2 alive. They will keep this point contested, and with their bunker support over on this point.
Yeah, Cheesemode are playing this out really, really well. Again, that cushion that they had before is really helping them, and in the end, both Sizer, Tage, Texby, and Sizer ends up falling as well here, so this is...
booting him out with the hammer for insult to injury there.
And Texby's down too. Sizer ends up going down completely, and this is, once again, kind of spiraling out of control here for TCG. I'm not sure how they're going to be able to continue this on.
Could be a bit of a nail in the coffin right now.
Yeah.
I think we've maybe seen the free cap comes in.
Uh-oh.
This is real right now. Cheesemode are hungry for it. They want this win. They want it quick. They just want their 1K. They want to go to bed.
Look how strongly as well that they've performed. Not, I mean, in the previous game, sure, but this game has been blistering by Cheesemode. I've not even really seen too much opportunity for TCG to do too much. I mean, Sizer's now thrown down SR. He's trying to pick up Tage during all of this, but even that's not going to go down here before I was able to just get proper denial. Rom's also down over at Waterfall. Cheesemode are running away with this.
Yeah, and like the problem is that the comp really does work nicely on this map.
Yeah.
They've been able to be across all three nodes when needed. We've seen Tage go for the GG. We've got 6 minutes left. We've got another GG coming out from Sizer as well. I do believe this game is pretty much over. We'll probably let the points just cut a tick out, but I don't know. I think they're done.
Let them rack up, my friends, because right now, unfortunately here for TCG, they are pretty much out of it. So many points. There you go. I mean, that's it. That is it. Cheesemode. Wow, what a powerful game.
That's their map compared to TCG. I mean, they can, when they get that 2 cap at the start, was so strong.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, that's it. Good job. Congratulations to Cheesemode. I'll take away a grand.
And I kind of want to go back to even just, you said the 2 cap at the beginning with the crossover to Waterfall. As much as TCG were trying to recover it, I think the cost that it actually had on them to recover it, with 3 people going into downstate there, really, really hurt their opportunity. And obviously they were forced to do it. They kind of had to do something there. Yeah. So it's these steps that unfortunately were put in place just because of the cross alone to actually go up there and take it out.
It's almost like I was saying it on the forest as well. They actually when Cheesemode were actually pigeonholed as well to a degree on that node. It's kind of something that happens quite that people start to grow out of, but you know, they think that if they can win that fight, they will bounce off into the map, and they'll be able to they'll just be able to completely control, or at least get the 2 cap because they've wiped the team, which is totally doable. But they can't do it that fast against that comp.
Yeah.
So they need to, there's that thinking about it and thinking, you know what, let's not get sucked into this situation. Even if they cap it, I know it's annoying to get the free cap, but let's at least split between the nodes and maybe try and get something back.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, it's dangerous. You don't want to fall into that free cap as well. So it's what decision do you make in the end? And unfortunately, the decision they made wasn't the right one.
No. It's even the split in the end can be something that really dictates the pace of the game, and that's something that's very, very scary in a game like Guild Wars when you've got such a long period of time where you have to reach these 500 points, and if you get set back that early on, jeez, is it going to hurt?
Jeez, is it going to hurt? Or we're going for the haze and the cheese.
Oh, we're done. We're done. That's it. That's the end of the brook.
We are done. We are pretty much done.
Jeez. And it did. Congratulations to Cheesemode taking away 1,000 euros. Commiserations to TCG, but they walked away with 300 euros as well as 15K from a previous tournament. So they're probably not too sad.
They're probably okay, but again, going second in a big tournament. But they've got another chance to do it next month.
Yeah, they do.
Come back and see if they can. But you know, Cheesemode, first monthly Go4 Cup champs.
Yeah. A huge thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. It's been a pleasure casting for you. Can you tell us also where you can see the weekly cups during the next month?
We've got the weekly, just the regular ESL weekly cups on a Thursday night on my Twitch channel. We've also got the, I'll plug it, twitch.tv/JebroUnity. We've also got the Go4GuildWars Cup monthlies on the Sunday as well, 3 p.m. UK time. And also we do have the NA Cup coming up later today.
Oh, it's later today?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, cool stuff.
I can't remember the exact time though. It just went away in my head.
Okay, well,
because
another
my
8
conversions,
teams.
my time conversions just went nuts.
Another 8 teams competing for $1,000 this time, because that's what they compete for as opposed to euros. Euro is a more powerful currency, obviously. Euros wrong. And that pretty much does it for us here at the ESL TV studio. So any last words before we let the people go?
I want to say thank you to you, actually.
Thank you.
Because it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
It really has. And
Thank
you've
you.
done a great job this evening. I'm pretty proud of how we've been represented in Guild Wars 2, and I think you're going to be great for the game, great for the community.
Well, hopefully I continue to do nice stuff for you guys in the coming monthly finals,
Definitely.
as I will be back for at least the next 2.
Awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And from me, that pretty much does it from here at the ESL TV studios in Cologne. It's been a pleasure bringing you the Go4GuildWars2.
Almost, everyone. Almost. He got there. He did it.
Go4GuildWars2 monthly finals. We shall see you next time for more Guild Wars. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.